So which of these common mistakes will you make as the seller of your property? One of the most common mistakes that we see at our firm is the fact that when you sell your property and you have a bond over that property, you have to give your bank 90 days notice that you are firstly basically in line or busy with selling your property and that the bond may be cancelled. If the bond is cancelled before the 90-day period passes, then you will be liable for penalties. So please do not make this mistake. It will cost you money. So before we delve and dive a little bit deeper into this one, I implore you, if you like the content, if you want to see more of this content, please like, subscribe, follow to our YouTube page. We really appreciate it. Okay, let's get back to it. The thing is, the bond is registered by the bank over your property, and the property serves as security for the bank. And obviously, the bank is getting your payments, your interest, capital, and they want to know when this is going to stop. Let's say you've got a business and you've got a client. That client is a retainer client or something, and that client is paying 15,000 Rand a month to your business. And if that client is suddenly going to stop, you would like to know about it. I mean, that 15,000 Rand is at least paying for a wimpy or something for you and the family once a month. Now, the bank is the same. The bank wants to know when your money is going to stop coming to them. If you are a seller, the best time to do that, the moment you are starting to think about selling your property, just give the bank notice. You can phone them, you can email them. Some of the banks have it on their online app as well. So, question we get often is, what happens if my property is not sold? If it falls through or something like that? Nothing happens, okay? It's only a notice that you are giving to the bank that you are in line to sell your property, you are marketing it, it might be sold in the future. If you don't give the bank notice, and let's say you sell your property, contract is signed and everything, and the contract gets to me as the transfer attorney, and we start with the process. A month down the line, we ask for clearance figures from the bank, we waited to get the bond account number and things like that. Then the notice period only starts running from then, and if we transfer the property in 2 months, you will be liable to pay 1 month's penalty. Okay, so if you give the bank 90 days notice, the 90 days starts to run, and if let's say there's a penalty then applicable of 28,000 Rand, luckily it is connected to the days. So if you transfer it before the days have passed, then let's say there's 10 days left, you will only be liable for that 10 days worth of penalty. So it's not the full 90 days penalty that would be applicable, and if the property is transferred after the 90 days, no penalty is payable. Okay, 1 or 2 questions. What happens, as we indicated earlier, if the property is not sold? Then the notice it lapses, no mess, no fuss, no strings attached, you can just go on. Let's say you sell your property and the notice has been given, the transfer attorney, we requested clearance figures or bond cancellation figures from the bank. If the cancellation is in process, if bond cancellation attorneys have been mandated by the bank or instructed by the bank, then it's an active cancellation. If it goes past the 90 days, you don't have to renew your notice. If you gave 90 days notice and the property is not sold within that 90 days, no bond cancellation figures have been requested, then it is important that you extend your 90 days notice before the 90 days have passed. Okay? Otherwise, if the 90 days have passed, then you must renew your notice, begin a totally new notice, and the 90 days will only then start running from a new or a fresh. So it's important to know these things. You get great estate agents that the first time that they go to view the property with the seller, they will instruct the seller or just advise the seller, listen, Mr. Seller, please give your bond bank notice if you have a bond. But we as people, we forget, we write it on a to-do list, and between all the kids and everything, the to-do list disappears. So save this video, make sure you've got it close to you when you are thinking of selling your property, and remember this one thing. Do not make this mistake, it will cost you money. Do not be one of those sellers. If you like the content, please like, subscribe and follow us. We really appreciate it, and you're more than welcome to leave us a comment or question. We would love to answer, assist and help wherever we can.